the solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for June the 10th through June the 16th. And on Sunday the 16th, it's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. A particular mention to my son, Aidan. What a lovely dad you are. I'm so proud of you. And listen, I want to say thank you to everyone who commented, liked, shared, and I want to thank all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, I hope that you enjoy these readings and that you will return. And if you're returning, I really appreciate your love and support of this channel. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And these are general readings, like I said. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't assume that everything I say here is applicable to you. If you would like a personal reading and a more in-depth reading, the link to my website is below and you can check that out and see all the readings and the services that I offer. Another way that you can support my channel, FYI, is through Patreon, and you can do that for as little as $1 a month. That's not a lot to you. It's $12 a year. It's not a lot to you, but it's huge to me. I can do a lot with $1, or just a one-off donation. That would be really helpful too. Anyway, check out the Patreon page. I post things there that I don't post anywhere else. Sometimes I post things there first and then release it elsewhere. Anyway, I also have a Facebook group, guys, and it's a private Facebook group, and I do live feeds there every 2 weeks. I do horoscopes for people that attend the live feed, and I also have my cards on hand for any questions. Now, these readings are in 3 sections. There is the intro, which is this. There is the astrology report for the week, and then the tarot card reading. So if you're checking out your sun, moon and rising, all the links will be below. There will also be timestamps of where you can skip the intro and astrology if you're checking out the readings, multiple readings. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. Now, on Monday, June the 10th, at 11:28 a.m., the sun is in a very challenging aspect to Jupiter. Now, this aspect may have you overly optimistic, and you may have some errors in judgment. You could be extravagant with money, and you could expand your waistline also. It's just an energy that can overdo things. Now, take care not to have unrealistic expectations from those around you, colleagues, employees, employers, friends, family members. And your ego may want to come out and play. If not you, those around you could exhibit arrogance or egocentric behaviors. Have a forgiving heart for yourself and for others. Now, on Wednesday, June the 12th, from 11:15 a.m. to 3:16 p.m., the moon is what we say in astrology, void of course. That means it's kind of stuck between 2 signs. It's not moving. It's kind of floating there. And that means it's kind of like Mercury in retrograde. I would avoid purchasing anything, particularly large items. You could get buyer's remorse. Now, also, don't sign any contracts because things could be missed during this time. Now, on Friday, the 14th, at 2:12 a.m., Mars is in a beautiful relationship to Neptune. Now, this aspect enhances your intuition and psychic abilities, so trust your gut feeling. And there's a nice balance between creativity and practicality. It's like you'll have magnetism and charisma attracting people to you, and Mars will give you the energy to carry out a creative project to completion. Just in time for the upcoming full moon in Sagittarius on Monday the 17th. So take I would just say take care not to be too self-sacrificing during this time. Also, a little bit later on in the morning, 11:49 AM Eastern Standard Time, Mars is kind of in a seesaw relationship with Saturn. So Mars is the soldier, right? And Saturn, the grumpy old man. There may be a tendency to be a little cruel, impatient, and perhaps manipulating. It's an energy where you find yourself or others lashing out in cruel and not very nice ways. And your self-esteem could fluctuate on this day. So there's definitely a mix of energies there on Friday. Now on Sunday, the 16th, Mercury is in a beautiful relationship to Neptune. It's kind of doing what Mars has done, but now it's Neptune, right, is moving into those kind of same energies. It's 4:43 AM Eastern Standard Time. A wonderful imaginative mind with the ability to smoothly communicate and brilliant concepts which could inspire you and others. It kind of gives you this a visionary outlook, if you will, and it's like you'll become this engaging storyteller, so you will grab people's attention. This aspect will benefit you immensely if you are a writer, a creative writer, a journalist, or if you're in the visual arts. Now the same day, Mercury, a bit later on at 7 AM, a few hours later, is in that opposition, that challenging kind of seesaw relationship with Saturn. So the thing with this is your mind will be extremely sharp, right? And it's almost like you could handle a very difficult subject. Your concentration powers will be very strong. With Mercury opposing Saturn, you've got that, what's the word? Saturn's like the teacher, the strict teacher, and he's structure and form. And Mercury's the mind that can wander, right? But he will keep it in kind of check. So, you can tackle a very difficult subject that you couldn't get your head around before. You may be able to do that now. So, use that energy. And then at 8:18, just a little bit over an hour later, Jupiter moves into a challenging relationship to Neptune. It kind of gives you the urge to help others. And it's like, you'll have this wonderful kindness and compassion, and altruism could take center stage. You just have to be careful not to kind of lose yourself in it and, help people at the expense of yourself. So it's kind of, it's almost like unrealistic expectations of yourself, if you will. So don't self-sacrifice. Be aware of that. Okay, let's go to your cards, shall we? Hello, Leo, and welcome to your tarot card section of your reading for June the 10th through June the 16th. And let's go straight into your card, shall we? This is for Leo. For Leo for June the 10th through June the 16th. What wonderful guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give for Leo this coming week? 3 cards for Leo, please. 3 cards for Leo. 1, 2. Oh! 1 more card for Leo, please. 1 more card for Leo. Let's see. There it is. Oh, it's interesting. Every week there is a recurring card that seems to come out for that week. And you have it. It's come out in several readings, in different decks as well. This is for Leo. These are clarifying cards for Leo. Clarifying cards for Leo. Please. clarify. There it is. Oh, here we go. And please clarify. Okay, let's go. Okay, the first card out is the Five of Pentacles. Clarifying the Five of Pentacles is the Star card. Then you have the Hermit. And clarifying the Hermit is the Queen of Wands. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Wands. Leo. Okay, the first card out is the Five of Pentacles. And this is a deprivation card. This is feeling poor and not feeling like you have enough and focusing on what you have not got as opposed to what you have. So this is definitely, it's almost like you don't feel worthy and you don't feel that you deserve to live in abundance. And abundance comes in many forms, right? You know, money is energy. If you start thinking about it as energy, it's not something to accumulate, it's something to exchange, right? You exchange something. I mean, really, the paper that we have as money is not worth anything, really. I mean, it's a promissory note, isn't it? It's not the actual tender. It's not gold or anything like that. And actually, there's a lot more paper than there is money in there. So it's energy, darling. This is the thing. It's coming out of deprivation. The only thing, the antidote for deprivation is gratitude. Now, clarifying this is the Star card. So I feel that you are going to heal from this deprivation. Now, this could be feeling deprived of love. It can be feeling deprived of material wealth. It can be, you know, feeling deprived of a connection with some, you know, the thing is deprived in some way. But when the Star card comes in, it's telling you that there's a deep healing coming to this. You no longer have to feel this in whatever area that you're feeling this in. Maybe you're in a relationship that's devoid of love and you don't feel that you deserve to be loved, so you stay there. Or maybe you're in a job that doesn't pay well and you don't enjoy it, but you stay there because you don't believe that you can get one that you deserve. You believe you deserve this job that you know makes you feel imprisoned, and they don't appreciate you and you don't get paid enough, and you stay there because you don't think you can get something better. You don't feel worthy. So when the Star card comes in, this is bringing in a deep healing. It's bringing in emotional, spiritual, and physical healing for you, Leo. This will when the Star card comes in, she sprinkles starlight where there was once darkness, and your path is illuminated. She shows you which way to go, you know, for happiness and fulfillment, and take heed. Take heed, don't stay in this. You deserve so much better, darling. Don't stay in this. And look, the next card you have is the Hermit card, and the Hermit is all about retreating from society. Now, I'm not saying, you know, go in a cave, and this is about going inside. This is about meditating. It's about, even if it's 5 minutes in the morning, of having silence and consciously communing with, you know, your higher self or spirit or the realm. It's like taking that moment. Take some deep breaths. Sometimes it's deep breaths. Sometimes it's communing with nature. You know, I was out at in my neighborhood, and there's grass there, and I took my shoes off and I put my feet in the grass, and there's a feeling, you know, you can feel the energy from the earth. It's healing. It's healing for both you and Gaia, right? The spirit of our planet. the Hermit comes in when you need to kind of quieten the mind, and you need to, you know, oh, it reminds me of a Rumi quote. I am not this hair, I am not this skin, I am the soul that lives within. Rumi, one of my favorite poets. So that's what you have to remember. And the Hermit holds up a lantern, right? And that lantern represents his mind. And what we call in meditation the monkey brain, right? That constant chatter. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're too old. You're too fat. You're too thin. You're too young. You're too whatever it is. Whatever you're too not. You know, that constant nagging that goes on that we don't really hear because it's been there all the time. It's there constantly saying it, and it's affected our psyche. So, you know, this is about observing it. It's about separating yourself, because you are not that monkey brain. You can separate yourself and you can observe it and laugh at it and say, wow, I didn't even realize I spoke to myself that way, right? So it's about, you know, it's about being able to observe those thoughts and not attach emotion to them. Now, clarifying, the Hermit is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands she comes into a reading and saying, don't underestimate yourself. She's about confidence, right? You have that confidence. You reach inside and feel that confidence, Leo. You know, she's one of those women that, or men, it's not gender specific. You know, it's one of those people that can, you know, go out, be gregarious, be the hostess with the mostest. She's kind of got it all. She's a mother, you know, she's out there networking and socializing. She's the social butterfly. She's got it all together. She's balanced. She can do everything and anything. And she's so confident. So don't underestimate yourself, Leo. You can do it. And then the next card is the Knight of Pentacles, which has shown up quite a lot. So check your sun, moon and rising. There's definitely some crossover here. So the Knight of Pentacles, he's known as the Green Knight, and in this card he is green. He may be transparent because of my green screen. He is... Knights are always about moving forward, right? And so is he, but he's about taking it slow. And I have a feeling that this is probably about Jupiter this week, you know. We might have the tendency to overdo things, overshop, overeat. This is about moving forward, but being strategic. And he, you know, the Green Knight, he doesn't waste his energy. Right? He doesn't run in with swords a-blazing. He kind of weighs the pros and cons. He looks at the terrain of the land and he makes a strategic move forward very slowly and methodically. And he tests the water. So he's not rash in any sense of the word. He's very deliberate. And clarifying, the Knight of Pentacles, who is, you know, gallant, and he's there to protect you and to save you if need be, right? And you know, he is very loyal. You have the Seven of Wands. The sevens are also introspective, right? But the Seven of Wands comes in when you need to stand up for your values, when you need to speak out. So, you know, if the crowd is all saying one thing and you believe something else, it's saying do not go with the crowd. Don't compromise your values. Stand up and calmly, because look, he's coming from a higher perspective and he is debating. He's not really fighting. He's pushing those away. It's about... Don't join the villagers with the torches. to go and get the monster. You know, people do that on social media all the time. They try people in social media and they have no idea the background. They see a perspective that's been given to you by someone and you don't really know. I don't agree with that whole like jumping on the bandwagon. This person's horrible, that person. You know, it's not okay to do that in my book. I don't try people on social media. You have to kind of hold back. You may have an opinion, but don't put it out there because you really don't know the background. And we've heard of people's lives being ruined in those instances, and it's a totally different story to what's been portrayed in social media. It's not okay to it's hatred, isn't it? It's not okay to go there. So this is about standing up for the underdog. This is about standing up for what you know in your heart is right. Sometimes it's standing up for somebody who's being bullied, and I'm not saying put yourself in danger, never do that, but you know, make sure that you take action. Don't just witness something and not do anything about it, even if it means calling the police, or if it's the police, you know, taking it further, whatever it is. You really do have to stand up for your values. I always use the analogy of being in a jury. And, you know, it's the weekend and you could be sequestered and the other jurors don't want to stay there. And they're like, you know what, let's just, you know, say guilty or whatever. And you are like, no, that's not right. There is reasonable doubt here and I can't do that. And they are, you know, besides themselves, trying to bully you into, you know, seeing things their way. But this is about standing up for what's right. Do not compromise your values because you'll only regret it later, particularly when this card comes in. So, you know, plan and be very cautious about your move, but definitely stand up for what you believe in. It's very important. Leo, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video and share it with friends and family or social media. Comment, that's what I live for, to interact with you guys. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all and I'll see you next time.